Big Mo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. This is your main event of the evening. 6 3-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. This contest is brought to you by Estrella Insurance. Don't pay more than what you're paying right now for car insurance. Our referee in charge when the bell rings is Brian Miner. So, for those of you watching around the world, to those of you joining us here live for the first time at the Foxwoods Resort Casino, are you ready to make history? First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks, he stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 176 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with a perfect, undefeated record. Fighting out of London, Ontario, Canada, introducing the former UFC veteran, ladies and gentlemen, the body snatcher, Jesse. And now his opponent, standing across the Trigon, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the all-black trunks, he stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 174 pounds. Tonight, he enters the Trigon with a professional bare-knuckle record of 9 victories versus just 1 defeat, the most wins in BKB history. Fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, by way of Champaign, Illinois, USA. He is the 3-time Fight of the Night winner. He is the former BKB Cruiserweight Champion of the world. And tonight, he is the current, the reigning BKB Light Heavyweight Champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, CUB, the Savage HAWKINS!
Man event time, guys. We went over the rules in the back. Quite hard, we completed one. Shake hands, do it now. We're up to the vote.
Brian Miner, our referee. CUB HAWKINS, Jesse RONSON.
You ready? You ready?
Here we go! CUB HAWKINS utilizes a switch stance very well. RONSON is a southpaw. Already the chance of USA for CUB HAWKINS as he faces the proud Canadian Jesse RONSON. Red and black for RONSON. Black trunks for CUB. CUB's movement, his patience, his style, his profile has just continued to evolve. We saw a big step in his style and his growth as a bare-knuckle boxer against Jack Marshman, and CUB will be patient until there is no longer a need to be patient. Jesse RONSON is powerful. CUB knows that as he switches back and forth.
Yeah, I think he'd like to drag this out. I mean, in his words, he's old, slow, and no cardio. I don't see that right now. Jesse comes in condition, but CUB seems like he's playing it a little bit slow here. Jesse's been landing a couple as he's been leaping in with that jab.
If we do get deeper into this fight, keep in mind Jesse RONSON's weight cut wasn't successful, and it also took a lot out of him. How has he recovered? So far, so good, but it's early. As RONSON has connected a couple times. Great movement there by CUB HAWKINS.
Two clean right hands.
So light on his feet.
He makes the Trigon look bigger.
He does.
Yeah.
He calls his fight style champion style. Hard nose in your face. It's about who has the bigger chip on his shoulder. Cub is pretty good at that. Jesse Ronson is outstanding, though. A veteran of combat. Corner Ronson saying, you gotta come first.
Cub shooting in for the clinch a couple of times here earlier.
Well, that clinch on 3 weeks' notice was utilized to perfection when he defeated the Welsh wrecking machine, Barry Jones. Cobb was knocked down 7 times by Gregory Cisneros, kept getting up.
Gets out of that corner, moves the ref out of the way. Sticking the jab.
That's about the most times, if not the total times, he's been knocked out as a bare knuckle battler. Good left hand from Ronson. Fighting out of the corner is the champion. That one pumped him.
You got first round out of the way? Yeah, right? Yep, now we're actually breathing. We're breathing, right?
Hey, please don't load up anymore, okay?
Okay.
Don't we just touch our way in?
Yeah, remember we talked about touch, tag, and touch.
Hey, if he's pulling that lead hand back, you step on his lead foot and then throw our two straight down the middle, alright? Step on his foot so he can't slide back. Alright? So
Okay, a little bit of water.
You got him in the corner, his body is open. So go to the body first.
Look at me for a second. When you throw the body, you have to finish up high. Okay?
First follow, first follow.
Finish up high.
Round number two.
Ready?
Hawkins and Ronson. Pretty amazing, this being the 11th bare knuckle fight for Cub Hawkins. Cisneros got the touchdown and the extra point. Cub has not been knocked out in any of his other fights. Knocked down, pardon me. Took a couple of heavy shots in round one, but able to glance away from the power of Jesse Ronson.
You know, Jesse had promised he was going to try to work the body. Easier said than done, I know, but his corner just told him, once you get him into the corner, the body opens up. Make sure you get in there, snatcher. So let's see if he can follow through on that.
8 straight wins, all first round finishes, 9 straight finishes, including the fight with Ryan Jett. 8 in the first round. We are in round number 2. Ronson, the southpaw. Cub Hawkins will switch back and forth all night long, savage style. Ronson is game.
Certainly touching him.
Cub able to take some shots from Jesse Ronson. Some swelling on the face, the body snatcher.
Cub's corner said, touch him and don't get touched.
Look at that movement by Cub Hawkins
And he's dropped it.
in the corner of
pretty
the
low with it.
trigon that you're supposed to avoid. My goodness! First time he has been knocked down in any fight other than the one against Cisneros.
6, 7, 8. Here we go. Hawkins in. Walk towards me. Heads up. Then
Ronson scores the knockdown. That time he
This
goes
is
to the body.
slugfest out. That's
Cub's trying to hold on here.
exactly what his corner wanted. Said the body would open up in the corner.
Cub takes a knee.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hawkins in. You still want to go? Good. Heads up. Walk towards me. All right. Fight.
I have a feeling Cub's not going to get in that corner again if he can help it.
Yeah.
Ronson going after it. The body.
Across the face.
Cub. That's a push.
That is a push.
Push. Push up.
Great second round for Jesse Ronson.
Oh, that
Again goes to
leads
the
with the
body.
body shot right there. Ronson's right eye was almost one shot too. That was going up top.
Come swinging back.
Overwhelming him. These early rounds.
Unbelievable flurry
Cup
here.
wanted to take him deep. He's not going to get the opportunity.
2, 3,
3 knockdowns scored by Jesse Ronson
6,
in round 2.
7, 8. Good to go. Of course, hands up. Fight. Die.
We got ourselves a fight.
Got ourselves a brawl.
Do indeed. You know, first I was talking about him working his way out of the corner. Now he wants to avoid it. Let's listen into the corner. AJ Easley talking to Cup HAWKINS.
Punch up, you understand me? Both hands behind him, grab him and pick him up like a 34 takedown. You understand me? Those orders get over. Alright? And you stand tall. Yes, you stand tall. When he clinches, stand tall, get your chest on his. Put your hand right here. Put your hand right here and bounce. You understand? Put your hand right here and bounce. Go.
The first knockdown, just continuous
Punishing him, yeah, that left
punishment. And then at the end, it's the body that buckled him there. And eventually he takes the knee again.
So far, he's living up to his nickname.
He is indeed. Going to the body. First man to knock down Cub HAWKINS, other than the career-changing, attitude-changing fight in which Cub lost to Gregory Cisneros. Jesse's busted up too, though.
Yeah, I thought when they called time for a doctor, they were going to take a look at that eye.
I did too.
Not sure what they see.
See if Cup goes back to utilizing that footwork. Moving around the trigon. He needs to because Jesse's winning the battles
Absolutely.
in the corner of the triangle.
He's overpowering.
Yes, which is the one thing that on paper we knew that Ronson had the ability to do. Didn't know if he could. So far, he has. There's a big shot from the Savage.
Like that. These fights turn on a dime, Goldie.
The durability of the Savage.
He wants to stay out of that corner.
They both utilize the clinch. And down goes Ronson.
This is great.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's over. Jesus.
Just like that, Cub, the Savage HAWKINS, earns his 10th win inside the Trigon.
It ain't always pretty, but it's effective. Yeah. What a champion. Right?
He's the man.
All
He's
eyes
the man
on
right
him,
now.
bullied by this guy, punished by this guy, manages to do just enough damage to capitalize on it as we get into the third round. I think as he got a little bit stronger as the fight went on, just a masterclass.
And that man,
By the way, all credit to Jesse.
no question about it. Jesse Ronson is a beast. And he will be around the Trigon for a long time. Here is how the fight was finished by Cub the Savage HAWKINS. Behind the ear, bye-bye Equilibrium. Hello, another finish from Cub HAWKINS. Right on that temple.
And he walks off. He knew it.
Yep. Once you get rattled there, Equilibrium sends you shaking, and Jesse unable to get back to his feet. You know what Jesse Ronson showed us?
What's that?
What he's all about.
Oh,
Take
absolutely.
round 2 and grow and develop with that, Jesse Ronson. Well done against what Jesse says is the best fighter in the world right now. Damage under both eyes, 3 knockdowns scored by Ronson, and then the knockout by CUB HAWKINS in round number 3.
I think he earned Cub's respect. And I think Cub had set out to become the greatest of all time, and is one step closer.
Well, and that's how you define greatness, because you got to get through those deep waters. And when you come back to the top, and then you finish your opponent, that's how you become the best of the best. Big Mo to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brian Miner calls a stop to this contest at 53 seconds of the 3rd round, declaring your winner by knockout, CUB the